Hello, it is Mark, and today we're going to do another Whiskey in the Thicket. And today we have Russell's Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is actually aged 10 years. This is under the Wild Turkey umbrella. Wild Turkey, of course, is a brand of... you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pour this before I get into all that nonsense. Some of you probably don't even care about all that nonsense, but I know some people say they do. So, all right. Pour this. I've had this on my shelf for a while. Not a big bourbon fan, so that's why it's been sitting there for a while. So actually, I think Sal turned me on to the, or recommended this. So, all right. So Wild Turkey is a brand of whiskey bottled under the Wild Turkey Distillery, which is a division of the Campari Group. Since been that part of the group since 2009. They own various wines, spirits, other drinks, including like 40 Creek, which is I think is a Canadian whiskey, Appleton rum, Glen Grant Scotch, Cabo Wabo Tequila, and so on. This distillery was built in 1981 near Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. They mostly produce bourbon. The name Wild Turkey has said to have come about because there was an executive took a trip, and the executive from the distillery took some samples on a hunting trip in like 1940, and his friends continued to ask him for the Wild Turkey bourbon. I guess they were on turkey hunt. They began bottling in 1942. They were a non-distiller producer for a long time. In 2002, a fire destroyed a warehouse and spilled 17,000 barrels of whiskey, 20% of which flowed into the river, killing almost 250,000 of the fish. But they only had to pay like a $250,000 fine. So, okay, so this is 10 years old. It is 45% ABV. It is 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% barley. It's named after Jimmy Russell, the long-term distiller. Long-term? Yeah, it's long-term distiller. So, let me give you the color. I have no idea about color. 45%, so it probably has to be chill filtered. There you go. Don't know about color, but chill filtered for sure. So, all right, on the bottle, more than 90 years. That's the combined tenure of master distiller Jimmy and his son Eddie Russell. They hand-selected barrels at least 10 years of aging, resulting in a bourbon that delivers a balance of a rich, spicy vanilla flavors. Their experience guarantees yours. Their experience guarantees yours. Yours what? Okay, so from father to son, the bourbon making mastery represented in this bottle is a true testament to their distilling legacy and the strength of the family tradition. Jimmy Russell, Eddie Russell, sign it. Okay, that's it. Go into the nose. Yeah, it smells like bourbon. Sweet. Vanilla. I'm going to go with pear, maybe? Yeah, probably pear. No, pear, yeah. Vanilla, sweet, pear, brown sugar, cherry. Okay, that's what I'm going with. Into the palate. Sweet. Very sweet. Like, very sugary. But there's cherries in there. Fruity. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. That's better than the nose, for sure. Certainly more than I thought I'd like something that was 75% corn. Okay, I'm getting more of the cherry kind of. You know, growing up in my backyard, we had like 2 sour cherry trees, and my dad used to make us pick cherries in the summer. And we'd sit there, you know, you'd pick one, eat one, pick one, eat one, but they were sour cherries. And this kind of is like a sour cherry. Almost a cola kind of in there. Okay, you know what? This is much better than I thought. You do get that sweetness, the brown sugar. It's like it's like heavy brown sugar. There's definitely a peppery note to it. Cherry, like sweet cherry. Interesting, on the nose it's like sour cherry, but on the palate it's like a sweet cherry. So sour to sweet. It is spicy. There's some pepper note to it. Like, it's not allspice because it's not cinnamon. It's a good spice, like a sweet spice. It's like cherry lollipop. That's what I'll go with. So, anyway, all right. If I'm going to have a bourbon, that might be it. Seriously, people who know me, I'm not a bourbon drinker, but I might have that if I was a bourbon drinker. If I liked bourbon more, I would keep this on my shelf. 7.